Hey guys, and welcome back to the official Sourcing with Kian YouTube channel. So you're looking to place an order on Alibaba.com and you're wondering, am I going to get scammed? Is Alibaba safe? Well, this video is going to teach you all about how not to get scammed on the platform. So if that's for you, check it out and let's go. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kian Golzari and I've been living and working in China for the past 10 years. In that time I've manufactured over 2,500 products, visited more than 500 factories and attended more than 20 Canton fairs. That's led me to working with brands such as the Olympics and the NBA, and with the NBA I was lucky enough to work with Steph Curry.
Curry for three!
And some projects as well, which was a lot of fun, as well as supplying Amazon sellers directly as well. Now this channel is all about how to teach you about how to master the art of sourcing products from China. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to turn on post notifications so you can stay up to date of the latest of what's going on in China. And if you're feeling extra generous, feel free to smash that like button for me real quick. And if you hit that like button, that will guarantee you luck for the next 10 years. So go ahead and do it. So, is Alibaba a safe place to purchase products for your brand? Well, the answer is yes and no. I've had plenty of people who have told me they've had amazing experiences on the platform, they've found amazing suppliers, and they've made a lot of money connecting with the right manufacturers. And I've also heard the opposite as well, where people have had a very negative experience, they've actually lost quite a lot of money because they've been scammed on the platform. So it's very, very important that you use the platform in the right way and adopting the right principles. Now, I have made another video, which is my top 7 Alibaba sourcing hacks in order for you to find the best manufacturer, which I'll link above. So definitely check that out, and I'll also play it at the end of this video as well. But the purpose of this video is to show you the top 7 scams to avoid. But make sure you watch all the way to the end, because I'm going to add a bonus in there as well to show you how to find the best manufacturer applying these principles. And I'm going to do that in under 60 seconds. So let's dive into the top 7 scams to avoid, and I'll see you there. Let's go. So scam number 1. The supplier will send you a great quality sample which you will then approve for the order, but then in the order they'll send you very poor quality production. But you've approved that nice sample and then you get a very bad quality batch of production. That's very, very short-term thinking by the supplier, because now they've lost you as a customer. But some people still do it because they just want to make as much money as possible on that order and do that as many times as possible. Not only will they give you a great sample, but they'll also give you a great price just to confirm your order and then just send you some random stuff. Now there's 3 things you can do about that. First of all, use trade assurance. That will protect you against your payment, and then you can raise a claim with Alibaba and then you can hope to get the money back. But that isn't guaranteed, and the other thing is that you've still received this poor quality bulk order which you can't sell. The second thing you can do is just do a third-party pre-shipment inspection, and these pre-shipment inspections are very, very important because they'll go into the factory, they'll check your quality of goods, and then you can spot any inferior products or production prior to letting it ship as well. And if you need any connections to an inspection company, let me know in the comments below and I will link you with the inspection companies that I use. And the third thing you can do is start by placing a trial order first. Now, if you place a trial order of like 200 pieces rather than 5,000 pieces and something like this happens, well, it's a lot better that you found out when you just placed a small order rather than placing a very large order. I did make a previous video about how to get a low MOQ and how to get low MOQ on your trial order. So I'll link that above as well. Definitely check that out if you want more information about that as well. But the trial order is also not only to find out about the quality, but they can deliver on time, that they don't increase the price during production, and you get the quality that you're happy with. So that's always very important to place a trial order first. Okay, and that leads us nicely into scam number 2, which is sometimes the suppliers will increase the price of your order or increase the price of your unit after you confirm the order. And you know, they can make a lot of excuses once you've paid that initial deposit, and they'll say the cost of raw materials has gone up or the cost of labor has gone up. Now, to protect yourself against that, you can use trade assurance again on Alibaba and make sure that deposit is actually protected. But the other thing you can do is actually, like, you know, you shouldn't just be dealing with one supplier. You shouldn't just be talking with one supplier. So before placing your order and you've talked to various different suppliers, reach back out to those suppliers, and chances are they're from the same province or the same area. And you can say, you know, how's the labor cost in your area? Has it gone up much in the last year? Or can you explain to me a little bit about the raw material cost? And get information from other suppliers, just so you can go back to them and say, hey, look, I have talked to other suppliers and I have worked with other suppliers, but no one else is commenting about this. Because you don't want to get caught in the trap of that they give you a very, very low price in order you to you get attracted to do the business with them. But then once you're in and you place a deposit, then they start to put the prices up and you find out the real price. Now, the other thing you can do about this is to really shop around and sort of educate yourself on what is the market price. Because if you have a detailed specification sheet or a detailed RFQ form and you send it out to various suppliers and everyone's quoting you $7, but one is quoting you $5, well, it's kind of too good to be true, because you found out that the market price is $7, but then if you place the order to the one who said $5 and then they gradually raise it up to $7, that's where the problem is. So educate yourself on what is the market price so you don't get fooled by those low prices in to get you in initially. So scam number 3 is that some suppliers will use fake certificates to show that they are compliant with the testing for your market. Now, testing is very, very important. It's a really important subject to understand. So let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a separate video just about product testing. But testing for your products is very, very important, both to legal standards and industry standards, especially if you're in categories like beauty, toys, electronics, stuff where there are legal requirements for you to pass on your product. Now, if a supplier shows you a certificate that they're capable of passing, just remember that that's them capable of passing on the items that they've done before, but you still need to have your own product certificate with your own branding on it. So just don't take the certificate that they have, that's you, you're good to go. You then have to know, okay, that supplier is capable of passing, but again, if it's a fake certificate, you want to find out as well. And you can verify that by taking the certificate number. Let's say the certificate is done by SGS or Intertek. You can take that number, or you can send that certificate to SGS and say, hey, can you just verify that this certificate is legitimate? And the other thing you can do as well is check the address on the certificate that they gave you as well, and the company name on the certificate, and just make sure that matches the company details and the company address on their Alibaba listing. Because sometimes they could just pull a certificate from another supplier or from another website and just pass that off as their own. So double check the address, and then also double check it with the testing house to say that they're using, and then also make sure you then test it yourself with your own branding. Now, you normally have to pay for that testing, but if it fails for any reason, then you can get a supplier to pay for the second round. And like I said, if you want a full or more information on that on another video on product testing, let me know in the comments below and I'll happily make that for you guys. Okay, and scam number 4 is the sales rep will tell you about a change in their bank details and they want you to pay your balance into their new company account. And their new company account is also known as a sales rep's personal account. Now, if you're purchasing through trade assurance, then you're protected. But if you are purchasing outside of trade assurance, maybe you've made a few orders with this supplier already and you just pay them direct bank transfer and they ask you to pay into their new company account, then you always have to verify this with the boss of the company. Now, to do that, you have to have a pre-existing relationship with the boss. This is now not the right time to find out who is the boss, because that sales rep could put you in touch with someone else. So it's very, very important to build those supplier relations and have a direct line of communication with the boss. The other thing is, whenever there's a change of bank details, you always want to ask for the company CHOP or the company stamp, because a sales employee cannot get access to that. The other thing is that if there ever is a change in bank details, you want to verify that over the phone and not just by email, because their email systems could be hacked, and that's also happened to me before as well. Luckily, I picked it up in enough time. But essentially, these organizations can go in and hack company emails, and then they can just follow along the email conversation until they find out it's the time to make the actual payment. And very quickly they say, hey, we have new company bank details. They send the attachment, and then you've just paid into a different account. So it's very, very important to verify these details over the phone in case it is hacked from the outside or if it is from within the organization as well. And the other thing is that if they do talk about changing bank details, you want to CC as many people in that company as you know. Maybe you've talked to the sales manager, maybe you've talked to the boss, or their colleague or their artwork person. Just CC everyone just so that they get scared because they'll try and just do like a one-on-one email and cut everyone else out. But if you have contact with other people in the company, make sure you CC everyone just in case that guy or girl is trying to pull a fast one. Guys, do me a favor real quick. If you are getting value from this video, please smash that like button for me real quick. And if you do hit that like button, that will guarantee you success on your next Alibaba order. Okay guys, and scam number 5 is that the supplier agrees to accept payment through trade assurance, but after confirming the order, they want you to place the deposit or the balance into their bank account. Now, sometimes this isn't a scam, sometimes they just want the payment into their own account so they don't have to pay the Alibaba fees. But remember, if you pay them outside of Alibaba, then you've lost that Alibaba protection. So it's okay to pay directly into the supplier's bank account once you've done a few orders with them and once you've built up enough trust with them. But if it's just your second order, your first order, your third order, you should be using trade assurance just to get that Alibaba protection. But if you've met the supplier, if you've gone to China, if you've seen them at a trade show, if everything in your quality has been fine, if your business is growing, then by all means just send it directly into their bank account once you've built up that trust. And scam number 6 is when the supplier closes their Alibaba account after receiving your payment. Now, this is very important this is very easy to avoid, because if you watch my previous video on the Alibaba sourcing hacks, you only want to be working with the suppliers which have been on the platform for, let's say, 5+ years, because they're very experienced and they have many customers, they fulfill many orders. But some people set up an Alibaba page and they'll just have like 1 year on their listing in order to get that big order, that big deposit or that big payment, and as soon as they receive that payment, then they close their account. So just be very careful of the number of years the suppliers have been in business on the platform. And the other thing you can do to avoid that as well is that you want to phone the supplier on a WeChat video call and ask to see a tour of the factory during their working hours. Now, if they were never a reputable factory, then they wouldn't be able to give you that tour during the daytime. But also, I want to mention as a pre-context that sometimes the office is not in the same building as a factory, but you can always ask that employee, next time you're in the factory, please let me know and we can arrange a video call. And they should be in the factory at least once a month. But if you don't get that within the first month, then there's probably something fishy going on. Okay, and scam number 7 is when the suppliers use branded products as images on their listing, and they say that they manufacture for other big brands, or they try to sell you branded products. Now, if you go on Alibaba and you type in Nike sneakers or Nike trainers, we call them trainers in the UK, trainers, sneakers. Anyway, if you type in Nike sneakers and you'll see loads of images, you'll find loads of factories selling Nike sneakers. Now, these guys don't actually make for Nike. They've either just taken the image off Nike.com or they've just made a fake sample. Now, those are definitely not the suppliers you want to be working with, because one, the customer, it doesn't have to be Nike, it could be anyone. The customer would never allow them to use their brand as part of their listing. Or what they've done is they've actually just made a fake sample and they're pretending to manufacture for those people. Both are a big red flag, and you never want to be working with a supplier who would lie about something like that, because if they are lying about the brands that they produce for, then what else would they lie about to you in order to gain your order and in the order process? So guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and please let me know in the comments below if any of these scams have happened to you and you've managed to get out of it, or what happened, or if you think I missed any scams which other people should be aware of. Let's start a little chat, let's start a little debate in the comments below, and let's talk about things we've managed to overcome and get out of it. Now, in my opinion, to avoid all of this stuff, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your business, and if you're serious about doing business in China, is actually just going to China and visiting your manufacturer. I know it's difficult in these times right now, but the best thing you can do to really qualify the supplier, to see that they are who they say they are, to build that relationship and to understand how your products are really made, is really just to go to China. And that is an entire topic on itself, like all the benefits. So if you would like to see a video on that, I'm going to be doing that shortly. So make sure you subscribe to the channel below and click the bell to turn on post notifications so you can be notified when that video becomes available. Now, as promised, get yourself comfortable, grab yourself a quick espresso, grab a laptop, and I will see you on the inside. I'm going to show you how to find the best suppliers on Alibaba in under 60 seconds applying these principles. So grab a laptop and I'll see you inside Alibaba. Okay guys, here we go, best suppliers in under 60 seconds. We're going to be looking for blue light blocking glasses. And here, as that comes in, we have over 6,000 results. That's crazy, that's far too many. So what we want to do is search by suppliers, not by products, because when we search by suppliers, we're actually finding the best suppliers. But if you search by products, it's going to get any price that you want. Now we've narrowed it down to 600, and then we want to select trade assurance and verified so that we get payment protection, and also verified if the suppliers are who they say they are. Then we'll select North America and Western Europe, so they supply the market, so we also want to supply. And then we're going to scroll down, we're going to get ISO 9001, BSCI and 14001, which are good quality and environmental standards. Now that brings us to 26 suppliers, and first we had over 6,000 results. Now if you scroll down, you can see Wenzhou, that's the area which specializes in a particular type of product, and then you want to work with the ones which are over 5 years. That's 2 years, 1 year, those are suppliers you want to avoid. So 12 years, you want to add them to your favorites. And then keep scrolling down, and then look for all the ones which are above 5 years, add them to your favorites, and then contact all of those guys. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and as discussed, I do have another video on my top 7 Alibaba sourcing hacks, which will go into a lot more detail. The stuff I just showed you there in 60 seconds, you're going to see that in a 20-minute video and me explaining everything that I did there. So make sure you check out that video. It's going to start playing right after this one. And if you would like to work with me on a one-to-one basis, you can do so at this below link, where you can book me on a one-to-one session, whether you want me to help you improve your quality, your prices, your manufacturers, anything like that. And the link will also be in the description below. And if you would like to join our Facebook community, Sourcing with Kian, that will pop up here. That's an amazing community which we're all just helping each other with our sourcing needs. And if you're more social, feel free to connect with me on Instagram, where I am Kian_JG, and that will appear here. So I will see you in the next video. That's all about your Alibaba sourcing hacks. I'll see you over there. Take care and all the best.